Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick. You can also call me Tetra Ninja, and today we are checking out some more of the Destiny Dark Below DLC footage that I captured during my time at the PlayStation Experience in Las Vegas. And in the last two videos, I showed you guys the PlayStation exclusive strike, which was called the Undying Mine. And today we are going to be focusing on competitive multiplayer, and this is going to be a game of Salvage on the new map Cauldron. And I was fire teamed up with a bunch of random YouTubers, and we faced a bunch of other random YouTubers, and this was a pretty good match that I captured. And I'm playing as the Hunter class because the Hunter class amongst the three is by far the better for PvP or competitive multiplayer. And you're gonna see right here, everyone basically chose on my team the Hunter class because they knew what's up. They knew what the superior class was going to be. And just a general idea of how I like to play as a hunter. I crank up the agility that allows you to run very quickly, as high as it will go when I spec out the character. That in turn lowers your armor, but I find that really doesn't matter, and being able to run quickly all the time is basically invaluable. And then I also turn on the extra slide because I like to use a shotgun, and being able to slide around corners and shooting people with the shotgun right at their feet is pretty sweet. It's also very annoying. And for the Hunter class, I'm playing as the Arc Blader because between the Arc Blader and the Golden Gun one, you could probably get the same amount of kills, around 3. In a game of Salvage. But the reason why I prefer using the Arc Blade class is because like the Void Walker Warlock, it has the blink ability. So when you combine a hunter that can run faster, can slide further, and can blink strike, you have the recipe for a pretty unstoppable and hard to play against character. And what I generally like to do is, when I'm playing as the Arc Blader, is that when you run with a shotgun, you have to be able to play, and you're going to be blinking and sliding a lot, you have to play at a higher sensitivity, because I mentioned this in the last video, I would generally play at an 8, and the reason for that is when you're blink striking, if you for some reason jump ahead of the other person or behind them, you have to be able to turn really quickly, otherwise you put yourself at a major disadvantage because your back is going to be at them. So that's kind of a trade-off. So like I said, I play as 8, but when you do that, I generally find that other players usually play around at a 4 or 3 or 5 sensitivity. It's really hard to counter a person who uses blink strike with assault rifle if they play at that sensitivity, because when you see someone jumping and teleporting directly on top of you, if your sensitivity isn't high enough, as you can see right here, it's hard to reacquire them with your reticle or your gun. So that's why I generally try to that's why if you're playing against a person who's blink striking a lot, the best option is to play at a higher sensitivity, or you wait for them with a shotgun as well for them to kind of fall down on top of you. That is, I find so far, the only counter to facing someone who knows how to use the blink strike ability really well. So yeah, that's generally, and this is a nice shot, whoever this guy was. I like I said, I didn't know who it was, but I gave it to him. I was impressed with that shot because I was right in his face and he broke through the view kick and the recoil of the gun, and he was actually using the exotic sniper rifle, which does not have any scope. It's just pure iron sights. But yeah, overall my impressions of the map Cauldron, it's a pretty good map. Right here, this is like my first time playing it, so I had no idea how I was supposed to get the heavy ammo at all. So the map Cauldron itself, which is a pretty good map for Salvage. Salvage is a 3v3 game type. So there's a point around the map that is constantly changing, and you have to capture it, and then once you capture it, you have to be able to defend it for a certain amount of time. If you're able to defend it for that full amount of time, you get a huge amount of bonus experience in addition to your score. But at the same time, if you fail at being able to defend it and they recapture it, or the enemy recaptures it, then they also get a huge amount of bonus score as well. So it's kind of, you have to feel it out. You don't want to be solo capturing a point and then just die, because that's just bad news and you're not really helping anyone out. But if you can kind of coordinate with your team and saying, okay, we have a certain amount of players up and they're all down, we should capture it now and defend, and then that's basically the general gist of the game type at a whole. And overall for this map, it's very symmetrical. It's basically one gigantic circle on the outside and then one central area in the middle. The hard point generally stays on the outside so things don't get too crazy. And yeah, anytime you have a map that's fairly symmetrical and even, it's usually fairly balanced as well. And right here, we're trying to make sure that we defend the hard point, and that is definitely a Fist of Havoc that just fell. Good thing I wasn't on the receiving end of that. So here, we killed the majority of the players, and then I thought it would be a good time to revive. This is one of the very few game types that you are able to revive teammates, and you want to make sure that you're doing your revives, like I said, at good points as well. Just as important as killing people is making sure that you're reviving at good opportunities, and just choose your revives well, because they kind of take a while when you're, especially in kind of rough facing other players. You don't want to be reviving at a bad point. There are certain exotic armors that increases the speed of which you can revive, but these are all pre-made characters. These aren't my characters. In this case, if I was playing this game type, I would either want to be using the Chest of Alpha Loopy on the Titan, or the Hunter, or if you're playing as the Warlock class, I think it's the Light Beyond the Nemesis is the exotic armor that allows you to resurrect faster. But yeah, it is what it is. I generally thought that these pre-made characters were pretty good, but I can't wait to bring you guys gameplay of using my own characters, just because I've grown pretty fond of them, if you want to say. And arc blading is fantastic. So here I'm disabling the probe, and since they couldn't defend it, we got a nice bonus right here, 150 points for our characters. If you're using an arc blade, you should be able to kill at least 2, at minimum 2, possibly the entire team in a 3v3 scenario. And yeah, pretty beastly. The Hunter class is just so good. And right here, so the heavy ammo packs, or the heavy ammo drops, they respawn every 3 minutes in any game type. This guy misses. Anytime you shoot a rocket, always shoot at their feet or around them, not directly at them, and then I get fusion rifles right here. But anyways, so heavy ammo respawns every 3 minutes. They're pretty evenly placed around this map, and if you're new to Destiny, if you kill a person who has just picked up heavy ammo, you get their heavy ammo, and that heavy ammo drop is actually only available to the person who killed that character. Your other teammates can't pick it up, so it's kind of your reward against taking down someone who has picked up a heavy ammo pack and you destroyed them. So yeah, keep an eye on the timer. Every 3 minutes from pickup is when the heavy ammo reappears. So yeah, the gameplay is about to wrap out right here. This match was pretty one-sided, and I only captured 2 gameplays. I probably should have captured them, kind of, depending on what you want to see. If you guys want to see a high KD match, I think my final KD for this game is 7.6 or something. And the next gameplay I'm going to be showing you on the map Pantheon, which is also another new multiplayer map. It's going to be really it's going to be entertaining if you kind of want this guy. Once the sniper, he destroys me again. If you're one of those people who don't really like watching high KD games but prefer like close objective gameplay, it's kind of crazy. It goes right down to the wire. But anyways, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and are enjoying these early look Destiny DLC gameplays. If you are, let me know in the comment box what you guys liked. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. And if you enjoyed, drop the video a quick rating, and I shall see you guys next time, alright? As always, have a fantastic day.